In Mayaro, police have detained a man for questioning in connection with the murder of 24-year-old author Priscilla Hackett. Ms. Hackett was chopped by a close relative at her sister's home yesterday, hours after obtaining a restraining order against the man. Hackett was the mother of a 4-year-old girl and 2-year-old boy. According to police, Hackett had gone to the Mayaro Magistrates Court yesterday, where she obtained the restraining order against a man with whom she had ended an abusive relationship. She left the court and went to visit her sister at St. Hans Village, Mayaro. Shortly before 2 p.m., the man went to the home of Hackett's sister, where he chopped her, killing her on the spot. Witnesses held the man and called the police, who arrested him and seized the weapon. The man is being held at the Mayaro police station. And now joining us on the phone is Inspector Wayne Mystar, the Public Information Officer of the Police Service. Good evening, Inspector Mystar.
Hi, good evening.
Thanks so much for joining us. Now, first, we want to ask you about restraining orders. We just reported that a Rio Clara woman who took out a restraining order against an alleged abusive man was chopped to death by that same man. Well, this isn't the first time a woman was killed after taking out a restraining order. How effective are the restraining orders?
Well, the restraining orders give the police officers a certain amount of power to act as it relates to domestic violence activities. The ones that restraining order is taken out, police officers, once a report is made of any violation of that restraining order, the police officer have the power to immediately arrest and to prosecute.
And now this latest news of deaths of children in tragic circumstances. The latest is a 4-year-old girl. She died in a house fire. Could the adult in the house be charged with negligence if the fire was accidentally started by the child?
Well, I don't want to prejudge the whole activities. Of course, an investigation would be launched. But again, we are appealing to parents and guardians that children need what we call meticulous supervision. It's something that is not a one and done. It must be consistent. And if there is evidence to indicate that there was a level of negligence on behalf of the guardian, then they will have to face the full brunt of the law.
Now, Inspector Mystar, you mentioned supervision. Could you give one piece of general advice, maybe besides supervision, for parents or guardians on how to protect their children?
Well, as we indicated before, parents, they have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to protect your children by any means necessary. And, those are just some examples, not leaving them alone, ensuring that they have that supervision throughout, depending on the ages. Children should not be left with other children. And that is a critical mistake that we make, because that child who you're leaving to supervise, a younger child, in itself needs supervision. So those are just some tips that we need to be there for our children, and we need to, if not supervising them, have someone supervise them in a meaningful way.
Thank you so much, Inspector Wayne Mystar, the Public Information Officer of the Police Service. Thanks so very much for taking the time to speak with